red lipstick can really make me feel like vroom, you know what I mean? Hi kitty cats! So today I'm doing a tag. I'm doing the 7 Deadly Sins tag. And I saw it on Christine Sanders' channel. And if you haven't seen her channel, you should go check it out. It's a cute little channel. And she did this tag, and she does get ready with me's and other things as well. And I thought this tag was really cute, and I mentioned it to her, and, you know, she was like, oh, cool, you know, just, if you do it, let me know so I can see it, and so on. So her link will be down below so that you can take a look at her channel. Okay? Anyways, so, it is so hot. I just want to say that before I even start this. It is so hot, and I'm so like, because somebody parked in my driveway earlier, and then they just disappeared. Like, who does that? You park in the driveway and then take off. Like, just walk off. And I was paying attention, but I missed them when they actually left. I was doing something and came back, and they were gone. So I don't know who it was. I don't know what they were doing. I don't know why people do that to my driveway. It happens all the time to me. People park here. I even had somebody argue once that that my parking space was a public parking space. It's like, no, it's not. It's not a public parking space. It is the driveway for my apartment. Like, there are 2 apartments in this building, and I have a driveway on this side, and they have a driveway on that side. Nobody ever parks in their driveway. Just mine. I think because mine is the closest to the road, and people just think somehow that it's just a public space. I've never seen just one public parking spot before, so I think they're all crazy and just make it up because they just want to use my driveway because they see it's empty, so they figure that's fine. But it's not always empty. It's empty majority of the time. Not always. You know, when my boyfriend's not working, he parks his vehicle there, and I also have friends sometimes who come to visit me, and people that work for me have to park there sometimes. I don't really have anybody working for me right now, but I have in the past, and they need to be able to work to be able to park there. So I really hate that. Anyways, that was just a little rant before I even get started. Sorry about that. It was just in my head, and I had to like get it out. So, 7 Deadly Sins. I've always liked the whole 7 Deadly Sins thing. It's really awesome. So the first one is greed. Now I keep looking down because I have it written in front of me. Greed is what is your most expensive beauty item? Now that I had to think about a bit because, I mean, it depends on what you're talking about, really. No, probably, it's probably my, I'm trying to get it out without hurting myself here. There we go, all these palettes. It's probably my Too Faced Stardust palette by Vegas Nay. This is probably my most expensive, or at least I paid the most for this. I have another palette. I have that Gwen Stefani palette that I just got recently that I paid, you know, originally it was like almost $60 and I paid $25 for it. So you could count that as the most expensive if you're going on the original price. So, and I have not used the Gwen Stefani palette yet, but the Vegas Nay one is one of my favorite palettes. I love that palette so much. Love it. And it was on the expensive side for me. I know for some people there are much more expensive things that they buy, but that's expensive for me. Wrath. The next one's Wrath. Wrath. What beauty products do you have a love-hate relationship with? Now, I noticed that when Christine did this, she chose like a whole product line. But for me, it isn't so much a product line as a type of product. And it is liquid lipsticks, like matte liquid lipsticks, because they are so matte that they dry out my lips. I like the way they look, but they dry out my lips, and then when I wear them again, they make my lips look cracked and stuff. So I have to put like a lot of lip balm on and other things to try and keep my lips really soft. And I just wish that matte lipsticks were somehow moisturizing. I know that doesn't make sense. Like, how could they be both? But I wish it was possible. It's just saying. I wish. So, yeah, liquid lipsticks. Because, come on. I mean, I'm wearing ColourPop's Bianca right now. And, which is my daughter's name. And, you know, it's drying. Like, I can feel how drying it is on my lips. And I wish that it was, you know, somehow a little more moisturizing, which is probably why I choose the NYX liquid suedes more often than I choose like the matte liquid lipsticks that I have, because the liquid suedes are moisturizing and not so matte. But anyway, that's my wrath. Gluttony. What are your most delicious beauty products? What a funny thing to say. Delicious. Yummy, yummy. Like, I always think about eating my beauty products, but I'm gonna say it's probably the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, because it smells like coconuts, and I find that delicious. So that's what I'm gonna go with on that. I find this to be a delicious. Plus, I love this bronzer. Like, bronzers for me sometimes are like too dark, or they get really like muddy. I think this bronzer is really, really nice. Really, really nice, and a great bronzer. Not so much for contour, like if you're contouring, no, but just to bronze up, you know, your forehead and neck and stuff. It's really great for that. I love it. Love it. Sloth. What beauty product do you neglect due to laziness? What could that be? Primers. Eye primers, face primers, primers. I'm always like forgetting, and I'm also just like, whatever, you know? Like, sometimes I just don't want to be bothered with putting on primer. And it's really bad, I know. I mean, for a lot of people, it's probably moisturizers. But for me, it's the primer. The primer is just like that extra step that I skip due to laziness and forgetfulness as well. Pride. What beauty products give you the most self-confidence? Concealer. Because I have a lot of breakout issues due to skin problems, and I'm like touching like my skin and also I have polycystic ovarian syndrome, which causes me to get like a lot of facial hair, and when I get rid of the facial hair, it tends to leave a lot of bumps and redness and such, and I end up breaking out, like, and due to that, I like a good concealer. And for some reason, the concealer that usually works didn't work as well as it usually does today, and it's really, really annoying and making me a little self-conscious. So, yeah, concealers really give me some self-confidence because I can cover up all that redness. If it wasn't for that, it would probably be lipstick, because I think a good red lipstick can really make me feel like vroom, you know what I mean? Yeah, you know what I mean, you know. So, the next one is lust. I think this is funny because the next one has nothing to do with makeup. Like, there's no makeup question for lust. The rest of them are like beauty products. This one is like, no, we're just gonna go off the rails here. What attributes did you find most attractive in the opposite sex? I don't particularly like the fact that it says the opposite sex because not everybody is into the opposite sex. So that's kind of a weird question. I am into the opposite sex, so I won't answer it that way. I think that for men, what I find really attractive about them is when they have nice arms. Like, really nice arms. Like, I don't want, like, overly muscular arms where they're all, like, bunched up. But I like just a nice, toned arm on a man. It's kind of weird thing, but it's true. Otherwise, I like somebody who, in either sex, I like somebody who is compassionate. Compassion goes a long way. So where were we? My battery, just the heat here is so bad. And my battery just couldn't take it. And I tried putting a fan on it, but then it's too noisy and you can hear the fan. So that doesn't work. But I charged the battery up a little bit because I know I'd used it quite a few times, so that probably had something to do with it too. I charged the battery up. I'm going to finish this now. And so we were on lust. And I was saying that I liked toned arms. And I also like someone who has compassion. If they don't have compassion, I'm just not going to bother with them. And that's friendships too. Like, if you can't be compassionate and caring towards other people, if you can't understand that where they're coming from, or try to understand where they're coming from, you know, I know we all jump to conclusions sometimes, but I myself do my very best to sit back and go, okay, and not think the worst of people, despite the fact that people do bad things. I've done bad things, we've all done bad things. If you think that you've never done a bad thing, then you really need to check yourself. Because everybody's done something they shouldn't have done. But that's just a part of being human. And the point is to try to better yourself. And be a compassionate person. Understand that we're all coming from different places. Of course, that has nothing to do with this whatsoever. I'm just prattling on. And we'll go to the last one, which is envy. And envy is, what item would you most like to receive as a gift? The best gift I can give from anyway is friendship. And loyalty, I think, is just amazing. Loyalty is important in a friendship. So those things are great gifts. But if you're talking about something material, and I suspect something makeup-ish, there's so many things. Gift cards are always great to places like Ulta, Sephora, Torrid. That's always wonderful. Also, even just a gift card to the grocery store, because food is expensive, man. But if you want to talk about specific makeup things that I've been wishing for, I would love to get my hands on the Manny MUA palette that Makeup Geek has. Like, that is just, I want that palette so badly. And any, really, of Jeffree Star's stuff, which is kind of expensive. But not really, when you really think about it, it's not that expensive. Compared to some other high-item makeup. I know there's a bunch of controversy about Jeffree Star, blah, blah, blah. You know what? Drama in the makeup world is just whatever. There's so many people saying this person did that, and that person did this, and I have nothing to do with it. I don't want anything to do with it. I'm just not interested in gossip. So, on that. I know that his products are really good, and that's what I care about. So, anyways, yes, I like those things, but more so the mini anyway. I've wanted that badly, so badly, just wanted so bad. Otherwise than that, I have a list of things. Oh my goodness, that I would want, but those are like top things. And that wraps up the whole 7 Deadly Sins tag. I thought that was a lot of fun, and I enjoy doing this sort of thing. I like tags a lot. I don't do them very often because I don't usually get tagged. But I've started just being like, hey, you know what? I'm going to do this. Because most people at the end, they say, hey, anybody who's watching this, I tag you. And I'm saying that as well. Anybody who's watching this, I tag you. Otherwise, people I might tag. I think, Jake, I'll tag you. So, just letting you know. Jake, I tag you. I would like to see you do the 7 Deadly Sins. I tag you. Who else do I tag? I gotta tag at least one other person. Who might I tag? It's really hard. I'm having a really hard time thinking of who I would want to tag. There's so many people. Oh, you know what? I tag Not Your Ordinary Bombshell. I tag you. And Jake, yeah. Those are the 2 people I'm tagging today. So I'd like to see you both do the 7 Deadly Sins tag. Okie dokie. And that's it for this one. Bye-bye, kitty cats. I want to see you do the 7 la la la.